Do you want to know whether or not a woman is physically attracted to you? Knowing the answer is a big deal. If a woman is physically attracted to you, you can then escalate things by showing her that the attraction is mutual. If she isn't, then you can just back away and move on. Are you excited to learn which signs tell you quickly if she is physically attracted to you or not? Let's find out. She likes sitting next to you. She might be uneasy and nervous around you, but she also can't help but want to be near you all the time, so she tries to find ways to sit down next to you. Perhaps she's just casually stroll over to sit down beside you, or maybe she'll come with her friends so that she can mask her true motives. This is more significant than it seems at a glance. Women are always at risk of abuse and violence from men, so they maintain a barrier around them that will make them seem cold and unapproachable. For her to actually be the one to make a move to get closer to you means a lot. She trusts you enough to drop her barriers and likes you enough to approach you first. She can subconsciously stop touching you. Breaking the invisible barrier by initiating touch is a clear indication that she's into you and most likely physically attracted to you. The thing is, she may not even be aware that she's doing it. Sometimes her subconscious urge to touch you will spring to the surface in the form of hand touching, leg touching, playful pushes, etc. The more comfortable she feels with you, the more likely she is to let her subconscious urges take over. Don't feel obliged to immediately reciprocate her physical touches. Guarding your affection will allow the sexual tension to rise. Responding in an overly affectionate way might snap her out of her subconscious rhythm. The subconscious touch will most likely manifest itself in the form of a touch right after a joke is made. Place your hands within touching distance so she has an easy target to touch. If you're seated across the table from each other, dangle them in front of her as your joke is being made. If she touches them after a joke, that's a fairly obvious sign a woman is attracted to you physically. She mirrors your body movements and posture. When we're drawn to someone, we tend to mirror them. This happens subconsciously. When a woman is attracted to you, she may copy your pose and stance, so if you cross your arms, she'll do the same. And if you move away from your desk, she'll copy. If she walks next to you, she'll match your strides to mirror yours. By copying your physical movements, it's an invitation to dance with her. Combine this with blushing and shy touching of her face and neck, and she's put up a billboard asking you to take the next step and potentially move toward a serious relationship. Before we move on, support us by hitting that subscribe and the bell icon to get notified when we post new videos. Now let's get back to our topic. She smiles loads. Is there anything more charming than a girl's pretty smile? Possibly not. And look, some girls naturally smile a lot. They smile with their friends and family, they smile at work, they're constantly smiling in photographs. They're just smiley people. So just because a girl smiles around you, it doesn't necessarily mean she's attracted to you physically. She could just be having a great time and is a naturally smiley individual. However, if a girl isn't smiling, it's a surefire sign that she's not digging you. If she only smiles nervously at your jokes, or if she only seems to come alive when it's time to go, then you should back off. She's not interested, but if she's smiling a lot and seems keen on you, and if she's smiling while touching you or sitting next to you or looking at your lips, then you can test the waters by flirting with her and seeing how she reacts. She easily gets lost looking at you. Sure, making eye contact with someone can be seen as a sign of respect or in some cases, romantic interest, but when a girl's eyes move away from making eye contact to looking at your lips, she's insinuating something else. Here's the thing, we look at things we're attracted to. When a girl moves away from just eye contact and starts looking at your lips, your chest, or your shoulders, she finds you sexually attractive. This is even more true if she bites her lips as she stares, and she doesn't even mind you notice that she's looking at those areas. It means she finds you attractive, and she wants you to be aware of it. She texts a lot. A girl who's hot at texting isn't necessarily a girl who's turned on by you, but it would be the best if you looked at her text for patterns. For example, why does she text? Does she text you because you're already chatting? Or does she text you randomly for no apparent reason other than to start a conversation with you? Girls interested in guys will find reasons to text, even if there don't seem to be any reasons to text. Maybe she'll tell you about a funny thing that happened at work today, or perhaps she'll say, "Hey, I just wanted to see how your day is going." Look for the signs and read between the lines. She could also give you a hint through subtle sexual conversation in the form of sexting emojis, or she may flirt over text. She wears a sexy fragrance. Be careful with this one. In general, women will wear fragrances. This isn't because they're always on the prowl for a male suitor, more so it's just because they like smelling good. To discern whether this is a sign or not, we'll have to think back to your previous dates. Do you recall her wearing a pungent perfume during your first or second dates? If after getting to know you better she now dolls herself up, it means that she's making a concerted effort to win your attraction. Though keep in mind that context is always important. Let's say that the first 2 dates were in no way romantic. The first was a coffee date at a bohemian coffee joint, and the second was an outing to a county fair. Ask your typical female, and she might tell you that the settings of the first 2 dates don't warrant the application of a pungent fragrance. The third date at a ritzy Italian restaurant does, however, warrant such an application. Regardless of the context, she's still making an effort to capture your attention. She'll try to make you notice her. Generally, when a girl likes you, everything she'll do next is aimed at getting you to notice her. Why? Well, the majority of women will not tell you directly in words that they find you attractive. Instead, they'll tell you through your body language that they want to notice them. They'll deliberately make attempts to look good around you. However, if a girl finds you sexually attractive, she'll take this step further. For instance, instead of just looking good around you, she may deliberately wear clothes that accentuate her body shape to also sexually arouse you. When she wants you to notice her, she may show up for an event, work up to you, and purse, waiting for you to observe and say something about how she looks. Or she might ignore only you and talk to your other friends, hoping that you're observing how she looks. She just can't get enough of you. We all know how much it takes for a woman to be the first one to initiate conversations with men. They rarely do it, they have a tendency to be the catch, and they like this chase. They don't run behind a man or initiate any effort, so when a woman comes to you and initiates conversations, not once, not twice, but all the time, you should know that there is something more to her casual conversations. This woman already likes you and will want to know you as much and as she can about you. If she's making an effort to talk to you every now and then, she's obviously attracted to you. The stamp of approval will be when not only she initiates conversations, but also flirts or talks naughty. Not every woman will initiate flirting with you unless she feels an intense physical attraction toward you. She stays up simply to maintain talking to you.
If you don't know how to read a woman's nonverbal signals, you could be dooming yourself to rejection from the very start. While women aren't always known for being transparent with their words, the dreaded mixed signals, they tend to be much more apparent with their body language. You know she likes you when she tries her hardest to keep the conversation going, when she sees that it's dying down and comes up with a new topic, when she doesn't want you to stop talking to her. You know she likes you when she keeps her phone on the edge of her bed and wakes up to every beep, even though she knows she's gonna be half asleep the next day, even though she knows she's gonna hate herself in the morning for prioritizing you over her sleep. You know she likes you when she asks about your parents, your pets, your passions, when she remembers the names of your cousins and that you had a paper due that day, when she keeps track of the things that matter to you.
So that's it. Please like, share, and comment your thoughts below if you like this video. Remember to subscribe to our next video. Stay safe, and we'll be back soon with another video just for you guys. Until then, take care, stay safe, and be happy, guys.